Welcome back everybody, Max here with Catrol Hunting, and it is Sunday, so you guys know what that means. We have another junk silver review. Yes, I did it. I went out there to my junk silver dealer and found some awesome junk silver coins for amazing price. So I'm super happy to share this with you guys. Overall, we paid 500 Canadian dollars for this lot. Spot is around $517, so we are talking about being roughly 3% under spot here, which is very good nowadays with crazy premiums and such. Let me guys pour it out for you guys here that you can see the pile at once, and then we will lie it out nicely and sort it all for you guys and talk about it a little bit. But this is an amazing haul of silver coins. There's all kinds of crazy things. This enormous thing that I'm going to talk about a little bit further. But overall, it is an awesome mix of all kinds of things. Some US, some Canadian coins, some international coins. We have some proof sets. We have some bullion coins as well. So overall, a really nice video. And still, it is still a good time to buy silver right now with spot price hovering around this $26 mark. We're basically jumping up $1 and down $1 here and there the last few weeks depending on the news, but silver has been pretty stable around that mark, so I'm still not hesitant to pick it up, and I will sort it out for you guys now, and then I will talk about the coins in detail and be back in a second. Alright, I have it all nicely laid out here, and as you can see, it's an awesome haul of junk silver coins for 3% under spot. It is absolutely awesome. I'm super happy with my purchase this week. We have a very good variety of things. Let's start from the bottom here today. We have a couple of proof sets. They're both 1965 uncirculated sets. As you guys can see, like it is the case very often, those kind of coins can tarnish within those wrappers, so it is not very uncommon to see the coins not being in perfect condition. It's not so visible on camera here, but those coins have some tarnishing going on, which I don't really mind. Those are still junk silver coins. There's not really a big markup or any markup at all compared to normal general Canadian 80% junk silver coins, but again, I like to stack them very much, especially if I can get them for the right price, and I paid 35 each for those, which is under spot, so I'm super happy with that. We have some more Canadian coinage here. We have one more Centennial 50-cent piece with the wolf on there, also something that I really like to stack. We have a couple of Canadian dimes here. We have around 10 King George the 6 dimes down here. This is all the better dates, but no very good dates. There's no 48s in there, but there's a few 47s, a few 47 maple leafs, and the ones from the 30s. So that's what I like doing when I pick through junk silver. I like to pick up all the King George the 6 coins from 37, 38, 39, and I also like to pick up the 47s. So that's what I did today. There was a bunch of junk silver available today, so I had not the opportunity to buy it all. And I already went over my budget here because the coins were so awesome and the prices were great. So I only picked out the best dimes. And then we have 4 older Canadian dimes. This one here is actually King Edward VII, 1903. It's a very good coin. As you guys know, those King Edward VI and the King George V dimes and quarters often wear very badly, so it's in most cases very hard to see the date. I still like to pick them up because often I can identify the date if I put them under the microscope and look very closely. I think I can probably get the dates out of a couple of coins here, but not all of them. That is not really happening. Then we have 4 Centennial Dimes here, which is usually something I don't love picking up because I'm not a big fan of the lower percentage coins, but they were just kind of necessary to sweeten a deal and were basically an extra on top of another part of this purchase. So that's why they ended up in here. Of course, I don't mind stacking them. Still nice silver coins. And we have 5 quarters here. This one is the only King Edward one. As you can see, the guy is facing to the right, so that is King Edward. And if you guys can see, this guy is facing to the left. This is King George V. So it's usually a good way to see if your coins are sterling silver or not, even though it doesn't mean necessarily that the coins are 80%ers if it is King George, but you can be guaranteed that all the King Edward coins are sterling silver. The same here as with the dimes. This one here you can actually read the date. This one is in 1929, but the other ones are very difficult to say. The dates, those coins age very poorly. It is very common that exactly the date area is scratched off. This is usually how it looks like this. you can often still see the denomination, you can see the leaves on the side of the coin, but you cannot really see anything about the date. So I came across this a lot, and I probably have a couple of tubes of undated ones because you just can't read it very often. Then we have a few more Canadian coins up here. We have 2 Canadian dollars. This one here is a 1958 British Columbia dollar. As you guys know, this is one of my favorite designs with the Canadian dollars, so I like to pick them up if I see them for a good price. And then we have like a really awesome Canadian dollar here. This one is a 1936 King George V, and this one is actually in great condition. And I do not think it is cleaned. It doesn't look cleaned at all, so I'm super happy picking those up, because the ones I usually find, I found a few of those before, are very slick, have a lot of wear, so this is definitely an awesome score for spot, one of my favorite coins today. Then we have this Canadian Confederation medallion, which is actually interesting. I learned today that those things were given out to school kids in 1967. And they're sterling silver. There's also a brass version of the same coin, which is something I see very often if I go to coin shops, but the sterling silver version is not especially rare or anything like this, but something that I like to pick up if I can. I'm a fan of bigger sterling coins. This is probably the third one I found within the last year. And then we have 4 1983 Canada silver dollars, so they are 50% silver. And there's usually 2 versions of those, and this is probably a good opportunity to show you, because we have 3 times the non-proof-like version, and we have 1 frosted proof. And you can see it on the front that you have some proof-like finishes of the person on there, but you can see it the most if you actually turn them around. You can see it's very different. We have the frosted finish on this one, and we have the non-frosted finish on this. The fascinating thing is actually that the non-frosted one is the much rarer coin compared to the frosted one. There is, I think, about 150,000 minted of those ones, and there's around 300, oh sorry, the other way around. There's about 150,000 minted of those, and there's around 350,000 minted of those. So don't let it fool you. It does not mean they are not a silver coin. It just means that they are not the proof-like silver coin. I love, obviously, the look of the proof-like a little bit better, but they're worth roughly the same. Those coins are very common. There is no way you should ever pay more than junk silver for those, even though they look nice and shiny. And they're also not something that I love to stack, but the price was very good. So I picked them up regardless, because why not? If you can get coins for a very good price, don't hesitate. The silver is still in them. We also have a bunch of US silver coins. We have this 1921 Morgan dollar, so very common Morgan in decent condition. And if I can get Morgan dollars for 30 Canadian or under, spot is probably around 26. So I paid 28 for this one, and that is close to the maximum I'm willing to pay. Morgan dollars definitely have quite a steep markup, especially here in Canada. In the US, I think it is much more easy to find them for around spot, but here you usually pay probably up to 20% over spot for them. So 28 is quite okay. Even though it's not a purchase I'm super happy with. As you guys know, I'm very reluctant to pay more than spot price for my silver. But this was basically, again, combined with the other coins I bought from that vendor, it was okay, because I got a good deal on other coins there, so I could live with paying a few dollars over for the Morgan. We have a very common 64 Kennedy here. As you guys know, I like picking up the US 90% junk silver because it's very recognizable, it's popular all over the world, and it is definitely easier to sell than Canadian junk silver, and you usually get slightly better numbers, so I prefer stacking the US stuff. We also have 2 Washington quarters here with a 54 and a 47, nothing special. Then we have 2 Roosevelt dimes from the 40s. And we have a total of 7 Barber dimes, which is something I'm always happy with, because it is not so common to find Barber dimes for junk silver price. So we have a couple of normal dates. There's nothing special here. We have a couple of 1905 S's. That's probably the best coins in there, but no key dates, nothing particularly good condition. But buying those Barber coins by weight is just a very awesome thing, because the wear is often very big on those. So you basically pay much less than you would pay per face value. So again, try to buy those by weight if you can. And then we have a couple of international coins as well. We have a straight settlement 10 cents King George V coin. This one's I always like. They're very, very nice, 80% silver. And we have some South American stuff. As you guys know, I like the exotic stuff. So this one here is from Venezuela. So this one, it's 1 Bolivar. I'm always mistaking Bolivar and Balboa, but this one is 1 Bolivar from Venezuela, 5 grams, 83.5% silver. And we have 2 quarter Bolivars here as well. The smaller ones, they're also 83.5% silver. Nice coins that are not very, very uncommon or anything like this, but still, again, very nice and exotic. We have a Dutch Curacao coin here, a quarter golden, 64% silver. Again, this one is also very, very common. We have a New Zealand 3-pence here. I love picking up stuff from New Zealand because you really don't see it that often, at least I don't. Obviously, it depends on where you are. And then we have, last but not least, the 2 best coins of this international coins here. We have the sterling silver 1924 Australian 6-pence. And this one is unfortunately really, really damaged on the one side. Otherwise, it would still be a very nice coin. And those Australian coins very often have a nice markup, and they were one of the last countries to actually make sterling silver coins until the 40s. And the last coin here is this 2 Anna 1895 British India. Absolutely beautiful. I love British Indian coins, and again, I don't see them often, and if I see them, it makes me very, very happy because getting those kind of things for junk silver is just awesome. The last coin of the day is the biggest coin of the day, and it's actually, I think, the biggest bullion piece that I own now. This one here is absolutely humongous. It is a total giant. It is 5.35 ounces of 99% fine silver, $20, 2008, from the Republic of Palau. So this is actually a US territory, so this is a $20 US face value coin, but it has 5.35 ounces of silver. It's absolutely humongous. It's also stamped here on the bottom, on the side of the coin, if you guys can see. We have the 999 fine silver stamp, and it is, sorry for that, guys. Here we have the 9.99 fine silver stamp, as you guys can see. Absolutely awesome piece of bullion, and absolutely huge, and quite rare, and something you do not see so often, so I'm super, super happy with it. Overall, I'm very happy with my weekly purchase. You guys let me know what your favorite coins of this lot are. For me, it's definitely the $20 Palau coin, and I also love the 1936 Canadian dollar with that much luster. Also a huge fan of the 2 Anna coin. There's so many good things in here today that it's hard for me to make up my mind what I love the most. But guys, let me know. And if you guys haven't subscribed yet, I would really, really appreciate it. And if you could hit the thumbs up button, that would be awesome too. And that's enough for today. I see you guys next week, and be back for another junk silver review, and have a good one.